Many of us at Deft have pets who could learn some new tricks, but we can also learn quite a bit from observing our pets. Today, Alex and I and the Pets of Deft will be showing a few examples of how we can create better working relationships with our colleagues and clients alike.
Like the captain here, many of our pets give the owner the benefit of the doubt and view them in the best light. We're working towards the same goals, primarily giving the best support possible to our clients, even when we disagree. Remember, you're dealing with another person on the other side of the screen.
Our pets are fun and playful and remind us to not take ourselves so seriously, especially when we feel saddled with so much responsibility. We need to do the same with our team members and create some space for a little horsing around. If you incorporate a stable diet of humor with your colleagues, you might get a kick out of it. Being disorganized can be a catastrophe, and many of us aspire to Captain Crunch's level of organization. By creating a daily task list and setting specific times for focused work, we can maximize our productivity and remain flexible to deal with what the day brings.
One of the foundations of staying organized is robust documentation. Would you remember this cat's names if they vanished from the screen? Would you know how to say them correctly without the phonetic pronunciation? I think about what I'd like to see in documentation if I had to rely on it to complete a task. Learning new concepts and skills is as much a part of pet ownership as it is supporting clients. Spending the time and energy to increase your knowledge and skill level improves your ability to both care for your pet and support a client. Teddy here didn't take the time to learn proper cable management.
Much like Hose working with a local bulldog rescue to provide a better life for Bella, we can also foster new relationships with our colleagues to make it easier for us all to work together. Working remotely or in a hybrid environment makes building relationships difficult, so reach out to others when you frequently work with, whether in your team or other departments. When you're a 6-pound chihuahua, the world can seem very large and intimidating, but Violet still loves to sniff out and discover new things about her surroundings. We can also follow our noses by seeking out new ways to solve the issues we encounter, exploring new technologies, and learning more about the tools and products we work with regularly.
In the same way we must learn how to communicate with our pets, we must learn to communicate with our coworkers. As with the pet, we must mentally note what communication tactics are effective and recognize that improving communication is a collaborative effort. Training an animal is easier when you've adapted to their methods of communicating. When disagreement occurs between a colleague and I try to take a moment to think about the best way to reach compromise. I try to do the same with Huxley when correcting unwanted behavior. If I'm reactionary instead of taking a moment to consider the best way to approach him, he will continue to exhibit behaviors like chasing skunks and eating birds.
We know it feels good to put on some headphones, get into beast mode, and get some work done, just like Captain Crunch. However, sometimes our attention is needed elsewhere for important matters. Getting disrupted and derailed can be frustrating, but also necessary at times. So be kind to those who reach out to you.
Things don't always go as planned, and just like Lily here, obstacles can pop up when we least expect them. Dealing with the unexpected is as much a part of pet ownership as it is supporting clients. Remaining calm and collected is useful in both dealing with a pet or a client so that you can think clearly and remain objective. Sometimes we find ourselves in a demanding situation, and soliciting the help of a coworker is prudent. Hesitating to request help when you need it can result in client-facing issues ending up like Tara's bed here. Be receptive when help is requested. I think about how I would like to be received when asking for help and try to extend the same courtesy.
Just like Zoe going to her bed, we also need to separate our busy and sometimes stressful work lives from our home lives. This is even more so important a distinction to make when we are working from home. Given that we work in a very fast-paced and tense environment, we should make time to take a break, breathe, and bring focus and calm to our busy lives. Similarly, Murphy shows us that rest is an important part of giving ourselves some kindness and care. Sometimes we just need to let sleeping dogs lie and focus on our needs. Do the things that feel good to you to recharge your batteries, like cuddling up with your pet for a nap.
In the same way pets like Fozzie offer us support daily, we should strive to do the same for our clients. Every interaction is an opportunity to distinguish ourselves in a highly competitive field. Get into the mindset of how you can exceed a client's expectations and make them feel confident in our support.
Just as Snickers the Terror Pony is a horse that will potentially outlive us all, we all work past your potential to provide great products and services to our customers. We embrace change, learn from mistakes, and strive for better. We go beyond the customary by reaching our full potential.
A good lesson I've taken away from Huxley is that I should always endeavor not to let obstacles bring progress to a halt. If I put a gate up to block him, he knocks it down or jumps over it. If I put food towards the center of the table so he can't reach it, he climbs the chair so that he can. Think of Huxley's determination in dealing with obstacles.
Sometimes things can get rough, but just by showing up and caring about what we do and for each other, we can make a difference. By being a good helper like Maverick here, we can reach our goals together and celebrate each other and our accomplishments. When we put in the effort to do these things, we make the impossible possible.
We are Alex and Christy, the team managers for engineering operations, represented here by the dapper Huxley and enigmatic Violet. Thanks for giving us a bit of your time and keep those pet pictures flowing.